Hi, Charles.
Hi
Good.
there. Good to connect. Sorry for yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Probably I didn't click confirm, and maybe you had some issues as well. But I realized anyway. So I don't know how much time you have. We can.
30 minutes, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's better because I was prepared for only 15 minutes, literally on the.
Yeah, that's usually my closing speed. You see, so I don't need any longer. But for this, I'm happy to hear long more. So
Interesting. Yeah. So I obviously we just connected recently. You have read my profile. I have read yours few
correct.
times. Fairly aware of what we do. Um, Yeah. So if you want, I can just begin by telling you what I'm looking to
Yes,
get
please.
done.
That would be absolutely brilliant.
So essentially, there is a software company that is doing outsourced product development,
Hmm.
and they need to get clients probably from the ecosystem of startups in London and in the EU. So they have their website, LinkedIn profile, brochures, and past clientele testimonials, all that uh, s- stationery or the material ready with us. And yeah, that's where we want to start, get cracking. And I have like prepared some questions. I read in your profile something new that I learned: DFY, rather than DIY.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we were to go down that route, DFY, what would be your approach to sign up new clients, probably from accelerators, startups? They could be early stage doing their MVP, or they want to scale, they want to grow. They already are having a product, they're funded, and they want to go to the next level, but they need a team, because they can't get it done with the team. There are a lot of issues, as you know, challenges setting up the team and managing and getting the product shipped. So we are targeting such clients, and yeah, that's the
Yeah,
opening
absolutely.
statement.
So how I usually work with something like this is I look into the service offering, understanding the kind of the payment model they're offering. So engagement model, is it retainer based, project based, hourly based, and understand what ticket size they're offering, so I can understand what market to look at first of all. Um, so if it's kind of very low level and they're very entry level, then I have more options to who I want to obviously reach out to. If it's a little bit more high level, high ticket, then I understand that I need to be looking at more kind of established companies. So as you mentioned, it's they're trying to build out a team. Do you have that kind of concrete information about what their pricing model is like?
This is like hourly billed contracts, and usually the clients, they would have long term. Like, say, some of them are with them for 3-4 years. Depends. Like if there's an e-commerce company, e-commerce startup, they may stick around longer. I don't know about AI outsourcing. Maybe they want to do the MVP itself because they wanted to get it done quicker. They have some seed funding. Again, it's going to be mostly hourly billable contracts.
Okay.
And I mean, I have also done some research on that front, right? So my important question is, I know that you're talking about like how you will drill down or you will zero in on the target segment based on number of users and all the criteria. Like I personally have looked at things from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So if you can tell me, like, what tools you would usually use, and obviously you will have it all yourself. um,
Okay.
and I mean, how would you represent you typically for a client like this? Would you go out and approach the client saying you are their representative? How do you?
Okay. Let me just write something down. I'm going to just do a screen share of my what I would do. Now I understand what you're talking about. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is how I always go about these types of projects. So it's probably a little bit different to what you've heard, and but yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, so just going to share my screen now. I've just done this really quickly, but I'll just explain each one. So with a direct client, I find that it's really effective if we can create a VSL, for example, for a specific industry. So like looking at, like, let's say, for example, logistics, and then we create a really simple landing page with some content to explain exactly what we could do for them on a software way. So if they've got any case studies or anything that we can have on there and it's specific to that space, I think it's good to segment your focus rather than saying, hey, we're a software development company, we'll work with all these companies, speak to us, because people get reached out by companies like that all the time. So it's kind of quite saturated. So if you can say you're an expert in their respective industry space, you instantly get their attention. And I find that's why VSLs, virtual kind of sales letters, are very effective at the moment. So if there is a really easy way to create VSLs, but obviously I would ask the company that you're talking about to look into actually creating one for me. But there is platforms that we can do them pretty cheaply and easily. And I think that would take it to the next level, because what I would do is, if I was doing my outreach, I would target, let's say, logistic companies, and then reach out on LinkedIn and email, but integrate into my messaging the link to the web page, and it would have like a video. I could even do the video talking about it, things, and explain in a 30-second or a 1-minute video what we're offering to them, and have some kind of backed up stories of what we've done. So that for me works really well. The other element is actual kind of like where we've met Upwork. So if they've got really good pricing, advertising on Upwork is brilliant, and other platforms similar to them. So if you know how to use it and create a nice profile, which I can help them with, we could actually, attract a lot of work through this platform. And the third one is partnerships. So if you can establish a relationship, or I could do that with specific accelerators or companies that have a really good relationship with startups, like startup incubators, that's a really good way to basically get a lot of work very quickly. So it'd be looking at speaking with like someone about a direct relationship, like a partnership model. And I would definitely look at that as being another channel. And what I would do is I'd run all these three together. So I would set everything up to run all in parallel.
Okay, cool. So just for my knowledge, virtual VSL stands for virtual
sales letter, but yeah,
sales letter. Okay,
yeah,
so that's the landing page, is it?
yeah. It's got like a video in the minute. If I show you examples, whenever I've got one here, so I'll try and find one. Wonder if they've actually got any to show here, but yeah, I'll have to get you an example, but yeah, they're really, really useful and really, really powerful, to be honest with you. At the moment, they're working really, really well. Oh, my screen's not sharing, so that would help. Trying to see if I can get you an example. What I'll do is I'll send you an example of one, and that could give you an indication what I'm referring to.
Yeah, if you could send the one that you have created, where you're presenting probably.
Oh, here we go. So this is one, for example. So you have your title, but obviously I would I have a better idea for actually outbound web development. So what we would look at is creating the information to be unique to that. But I did this on Webflow pretty quickly, to be honest. So it's not been a hard thing to do on there, but yeah. So.
Okay, I get a hang of it. Basically, the explainer video, 40 seconds or up to a minute, is going to make a lot of difference. I know.
Yeah, exactly. So I would do that for direct clients, because I've done it before, where you just set up some simple LinkedIn and email campaigns, target people on LinkedIn and email, and it doesn't seem to really get much traction. Hey, we do software development, and they always ask, like, why should I speak to you? Well, what is interesting about you? So I think that's why we want to try and put some effort into making ourselves have a specific specialty. You see?
Sure. And how do you go about, is this going to reach them through newsletters, a link to this page? How?
So it's in the so when you're doing the outreach, I always do LinkedIn and email, because it's just the most effective on a cost basis. So what we would do is we'd include the link, so you include the link in your messaging. So in the first message or second message, you have a link. So let me see if I can. I've got an example, because someone actually targeted me a couple of months ago doing this on cold email, and it was very effective. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, just give me 1 sec. Sorry.
Sure.
So, cold email. Got it. Okay, found it. That's good. Okay, so let's do that. Share my screen. Sorry. Okay, so this person reached out to me, and usually I ignore them because it just there's no interest for me. But this guy had, are you able to take on 2 new clients? So it was just a very punchy email, not much information. But then I went and checked his website to see who he was, etc. And I'm hoping it's still live. So here we go. So yeah, so I can even find out using this tool what they're using. Frame. Oh, okay, they're using Framer, so that's pretty simple to do. But yeah, so the video, and then it just kind of gives you a very kind of structured way, just focus on a particular pain point. So what we would look at, are you needing developers on an hourly basis? Easy, low contracts. There'll be some kind of punchy lines of information, and then it just kind of keeps things quite straightforward to them, how they can start, who these guys are, and how they can move forward. It's just really easy. It's not a 50-page website.
Okay, interesting. So this is another sales guy approaching you to add some clients to your portfolio.
Exactly.
Okay.
He was trying to pitch me, and actually, I usually ignore, but this interested me completely because it just has everything and it's interesting. So it's just, yeah, I think it's a good strategy. I think this would be a really good way to explore. And then we look at the ICP. So we have all the information that's appealing to that ICP. So if it's, let's say, for example, a hiring director or a procurement director or someone who's an IT hiring director, you could even have that in here. Like, this is the goal. This is the goal page, or whatever, how you want to put it for them. And you just put their name, for hiring directors. And then, you talk all about them, their job and what they need. And it's just perfect. It really will work for sure. And then you just send lots of emails to them. They check it out, and then you get lots of appointments. It's a very smooth process.
Right. So you set up this page, do your explainer video on this page, and reach out through LinkedIn, email, follow-ups,
and email.
Okay, follow by email.
Yes.
And then obviously you set the appointment, and do you close as well, right?
I can do so, depending on what's being offered. Yeah. Or I can assign a closer. But yeah, I do closing myself, but I also have my own sales closers.
All right. And so what sort of timelines do you project for this, this task, that is getting software development work outsourced?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of leads, I can get leads pretty quickly. In terms of conversions, etc., that depends on the business I'm targeting, and obviously how complex it is to do proposal to close. So I don't know how long that process would take. But with marketing related services, I close them within 7 days maximum. So it's pretty quick. But with software development, I think sometimes companies want a proposal, they want something signed. There could be various different checks they have to have signed off before they even go ahead. I don't know. So that could time. But in terms of looking at appointments, I can generate appointments very quickly for businesses. So I have ways of doing that. So for me, I can set things up within three days maximum on like the automation side. If I was asked to create one of these, then it would take a bit more time. But yeah, I mean, for the automation side, it takes me about 3 days to generate my first appointments. I usually say within the first 7 days, I'll get you your first appointment with a lead. That's my kind of promise.
Okay, so when you're saying the confirmed appointment, is that you have approached the client and they have said, okay, we would like to,
meeting. Yeah.
Okay, that's a confirmed appointment. All right, within 7 days. Okay, let's say a couple of weeks. And got it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think this would be fantastic strategy for what you're offering, for what we're talking about. I definitely think this would work. Because I know a lot of companies in this field, they just look to do the easy route, just like outreach, and it doesn't really have the same impact.
Absolutely. Yeah, I am aware, because there is such a, there's no shortage of companies. They're like coders, bunch of coders, right? So I've also told, the team that I'm working with is that your website is not really like it's not positioning you as a brand, as a go-to destination for software development. Even their website is not having like a UK and EU specific website logos at the in the top. So I mean, their websites need to be upgraded, but
Yeah.
this is not the time. So this is a smarter approach. That is, you create altogether different page. I was thinking of a new website .co.uk, but I think it's even better if you just create this one landing page,
Hmm.
because that's all the decision makers need. They get to see what they need to see rather than looking at the whole company's website. They can look at the brochures during the appointment, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, makes sense. um
And then
so
yeah, and then when you expand on your their budget, if they start to get more budget, they can start doing paid advertising and connecting that up as well to the landing page. So it's really cool.
uh come again, what can we connect, you said?
So this landing page, so when they have budget for advertising, you could just use this in Facebook ads and Google ads, this kind of thing,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what they can
So
also be used for.
initially it's like there is no effort, you just create the page with the content and send it through email. But later on, when you want to do go like large scale with
That's
more budget, then yes, then you do the SEO and
that's
marketing.
right.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, got it. And
it all integrates together.
and your did you say that you will approach them from your LinkedIn,
It
right?
depends. It depends what the project is. If the client has their own LinkedIn, I'll use theirs. But if they don't have a LinkedIn account, I can use mine.
As in because let's say the client has a obviously LinkedIn page for the company, and obviously they have their own I
Us,
don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's you're going to position that you're representing them.
Yes.
Probably you would require the company's email ID or not,
Yes.
like domain.
100%. Yeah. So I need an email ID that's under the company banner. Yes. And if they can provide me access to their LinkedIn account, I can also connect that to my tool to do the outreach on LinkedIn.
Okay, like posts and because I had a plan to do webinars and white papers, but that's a long term strategy.
Yeah, it's too
But
slow.
in the immediate term, to get some appointments, I think this is a right way to directly approach the companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so is there anything you wanted to discuss on this particular approach? That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's
And the other one also is quite interesting, which I also thought about, is that if we approach the incubators directly, accelerators,
Mhm.
um, obviously, then that's probably the like large scale. You can get like multiple. You can approach multiple clients during their pitching sessions or presentation sessions, whatever.
Yeah, if you're on their panel, you're winning for sure, because there's going to be new startups coming every single time, quarter or whatever.
Yeah, and then obviously there is a strategy that you already know their pain points, that before they even get started they got funded, but now what? You're going to do your own MVP. How much time you have? You can pretty much iron out their pain points, and you can attack them at the right early stage. So yeah, that is, I think, more effective. But what is the difference, like in terms of execution time and in the basic warm up time needed? I think this is a quick win, right? This
Yeah.
landing page approach.
Yes, it's the quick win. Yeah, quick win.
And the incubator approach, you will probably want to meet the people in the accelerators, or you already have some network whom you can
I don't have a
uh,
network myself, but I would look to just connect with them, etc. And it would be a slow burner, that would be. But obviously, if you can get one or two, then it's going to be a big win. So it's good to run it in parallel, but I wouldn't rely on it because
yeah,
it's going to take time to really build. But you want to be running a partnership channel at the same time.
yes, yeah, okay, got it. And the third approach, I forgot what it was.
Third approach was Upwork. So
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Upwork's a really good place actually for quick wins, because people are looking for an immediate solution to their problem, and they hire very fast. So having a good profile on there, you can even do advertising on there as well, which I've started doing myself. Boosting your profile means you can just be at the top of all of the people when you're, and I think that's really good, especially if you know how to make your profile look good on Upwork. Definitely.
Okay, so what you're saying is the profile is highlighted and appears at the top for certain days or certain hours of the day.
Yes, yes, exactly. So when people are searching, they'll come to you. So you don't have to bid on projects; they'll come to you.
And is there anything like keyword optimization in Upwork?
There is, yes. So
Okay.
having specific words is very, very important. And yeah, again, I've actually done research on my industry, what words to use, but I could help with what words to use for them.
All right. So because you have got a lot of business from Upwork, you know how you have optimized your profile, and likewise, you will do it for the company.
So I've only really started using Upwork because I wanted to just explore it 2 weeks ago, and I've already won 20 contracts in 2 weeks. So it shows how when you know what you're doing, it's actually very useful. And you don't have to do any work at all, no outreach, nothing. People come to you and say, "I want to work with you." So I think I could help the company to have that channel running as well with inbound client generation.
So, in terms of presenting the company, you obviously you have all their case studies and everything. You would create the content, or would you just recommend what needs to be done? Uh,
I can create it. Yeah, it's not a problem. I can do that because if I'm responsible with doing something in the sales respects, I want to be one who's doing it because then I know it's done properly.
okay, so probably you have some social media team members, or you just do everything yourself.
I do it myself. So with Upwork, I don't have anyone who does it for me. I do it myself.
I see. Okay, sounds good. So these three approaches definitely, two of them I was already aware, kind of thinking about them, but the Upwork one will also gonna like if you have personal experience, first-hand experience of winning those 120 contracts in a few weeks, for a company that is already generating revenue, it's not a huge challenge as long as they're positioned well and they're appearing in the top in the results, which you can do.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay, probably that could be the first step then, I think, because I mean, maybe these two in parallel. Because through Upwork, do you think even these startup ecosystem in UK and EU, or let's say even in the US for that matter, they would be scanning Upwork for outsourcing? Or
So yeah, they do. Yeah. Upwork is an incredible place for getting clients. So I think this platform would be great for the market you're in. Yeah,
all
definitely.
right, so that probably can be the first step, and we can see the like changes, whatever you would propose to the profile and to the listing. That can be done in a few days, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It doesn't take too much time. It's just about using the right content and then uploading it and also just following the instructions with some stuff as well.
So if we were to choose between what to begin with first, to let's say the timeline is that we are in July, mid-July now. If we were to get some early appointments, what do you suggest we get started with first? Which approach?
Yeah, I
Upwork
think
or?
I think Upwork and people per hour profile optimization is definitely the first one because that won't take much time. And then the second one would be if the company is happy to do VSL creation, then that'd be great. If they don't want to do that, I can just do LinkedIn and email outreach, but it's not going to be as effective. But we can definitely still do that. And then I'd say partnership is the third one. So that's it, right? So,
If we put the timelines in brackets, let's say 1 week for Upwork to start seeing results.
yeah. Okay. Oh, so results. Okay. So well, this they all will get results, but
Like traction, and then obviously appointments.
okay. So traction. Okay. So 2 weeks partnership. You're looking at 3 to 4, but the difference is that you'll be landing like 20 plus clients as opposed to one. So
Yes.
it it is and it's a long term thing. Like for example, I have clients, partners, and agencies that resell what I do. So and they'll send me like 10 clients sometimes within the space of an hour. They'll say I've got 10 clients I need help with. So it's a really good route to have. I think but again, I wouldn't want to focus on that if they want quick wins. So I would say these two would be perfect in this order.
And given that that startups can be fintech or e-commerce or blockchain or AI, whatever. So do you already have, or do you need to do some homework to see that okay, which ones, given what kind of clients they have served in the past?
Yeah.
Let's say the client like this software company, if they have serviced, let's say, healthcare and workflow management clients in UK already,
Mhm.
uh, do you think, obviously going in the same sector, you have more credibility because you have worked?
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what people look at. So if you've already got something you've done before in a sector, then you're immediately going to win their business because it shows that they've already done something, and it gives them confidence. You see, I have an onboarding form, so if I could send that to you, could just complete, add the information. So it would be appointment setting, and then if you could upload all the information that it has, that would be perfect, and I could definitely start this straight away.
Yeah, and obviously I wanted to understand what will be the, how much effort would that be? Do you How do you go about your effort and hours
Okay.
for?
Yeah. So I would give you up front how many hours each part will take me, so you know exactly the costs. So I would just send you the hours of how much time it will take.
So typically, if we are looking at, if we divide this into like, let's say for Upwork, do you have any rough cut estimate? Let's say for the, like, to set everything up to optimize the profile, I will need, let's say, 20 hours
No,
for
about
the first week.
4 hours, 4 hours in total. So it'd be
Okay.
$150.
Okay, 4 hours for the optimization, and then obviously organically your company is going to get inquiries, increased inbound.
That's right, and I will also include. I'll have to think about it, but I can include some job bids. So I've actually got in my team a job bidder who does job bids for me, so they can do the job bidding on all the posts, and we do it very personalized job applications. So I think actually I think the one that was sent to you was done by my team member. So what we do is we create like a proposal, a really good proposal, and then we also personalize like the intro line so it matches what the job post says. So I would have all that done as well, so we can bid on posts. So if someone says, I'm looking for a web developer to work on my project, then we can share the information and just do it this way as well. So it's just another form of lead generation.
Okay, so you would create the templates, or would you respond to the actual posts, relevant posts?
Yes, both. Yeah. So I create the applications, and then apply a bid on the post, and then if we get like a response, I can even respond, and then take it to the next level. Send it to your team so you close the deal, or if you need a closer, I can do the close as well. So, when they say I'd like to talk to you about this, have someone
Okay,
representing.
so let's say I think this could be an ongoing task, right? How would you uh,
Hourly,
timeline this?
hourly or fixed. I can do an hourly or a fixed monthly rate.
All right, and if it was fixed, then how much that would be?
Yeah, it depends on what's included. So what I'll do, I've got to jump now, unfortunately. What I'll do is I'll send you a proposal of all the different options with different prices,
Sure.
hourly and fixed, and then hopefully something we can come to some arrangement. But yeah, let me know your feedback on any of those options as well.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna. There was few more questions, but maybe I'll write to you later. Interesting, but yeah,
Thanks
something
so much for your time.
unexpected.
It's been great meeting you,
Thanks a
and I'm
lot.
really excited to.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, yeah, bye for now. Thank you.